What's going on, man? What's going on? This may be a little slow today. But anyway, hey, man, I'm here. I'm here. Welcome to a pop up show by Coach Unchained, man. I just had a little time and I decided to do something. And this year's exclusively only on Coach Unchained today, man. So if you're here, I'm happy. If you ain't, I'm happy still. Just want to talk about a couple of things, man. It's like, it's like the Atlanta Falcons, where are you now? And where can you go? Been thinking about this for the last couple of days, man. With all this, negativity. Well, I ain't gonna say negativity narrative, but all these different narratives, man, about this team, man. It's just crazy. Makes no sense. But all I can say is look at what they've done. Look at the past, and that there should be enough for most true fans. I'm gonna say true fans. I think it's all fans, but true fans to realize that this team is destined to go to big places, man. You know, if you look at what they took over 2 years ago and look at where they're at now, you see the changes. And because I've been a Falcons fan since the '70s, and this is the first time I can say, just me personally, can say that this team is one of the best teams that we have assembled and that I can remember. Yeah, we always had talent. We have, but a team with one goal, team with everybody who's on this team has that fight in them. You know, coaching football, you have kids in there that just they're there. They're there to fight to win. And I think this year's team, starting last year, that this team and this regime, I guess you could say, the people at the top are fighters. So with all that, man, we gonna, I'm gonna get started. But anyway, before we get started, man, if you hadn't hit that subscribe button for Coach Unchained, man. Don't forget it. I'm still that AFN guy. Go to AFN, GSN, man, Mike, K Style. Go to everybody's man channels and hit those buttons, man. So, but anyway, let me talk about a couple of things, man. We have a quarterback that's in there that you have all these things about that is he's the yeah, man, this dude's the dude. I ain't gonna compare his numbers to nobody. He had 4 games, but I can say when he was in pros, he was better than most. He started 4 years. Other guys started 2. I understand half people had him, but there was nobody who could beat him out. So he's the truth, man. You don't have to like him, but you're gonna learn to love him because he's gonna be the team. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna take this team to that level. I think. You know, chip on his shoulder. Yeah, people have chip on their shoulders, but when you a natural leader in this game, man, and like I think I can't remember who it was. They say he just has that leadership. He says it's different. He said he's like that hoorah guy. He comes in the huddle, he does his job, and he leads. You know, ain't no fake leadership out this kid. He's doing his thing, man. You know, this offense, this offense is complete. We don't have those humongous big names like everybody want to have, but you got dogs in there, man. You got guys that gonna who wants to be here. You know, we got a running back group that is, probably tops. They're gonna say we're tops anyway because of the guy we just drafted for Bichon. But we was for top three, top two last year with a fifth round pick and a so-called converted running back from a wide receiver in Cordero Patterson. Then we sprinkled another fifth round guy who was, I don't think Caleb Hutt would even draft it. Sprinkled this kid in. He completed this team last year, man. 2,600 plus rushing yards. Probably could have ended up being like 3,200 if everybody stayed healthy the whole season. So we can't complain, man. It's where we at now. We're right on the verge of becoming one of those teams that people are gonna end up talking about. You know, we already got that popularity around the country, around the world now. We just got that deal with Germany. That's a big deal, man. That's how it starts. Look how NFL, look how the NBA done it. They start marketing over there, and then the NBA blew up overseas. They always had basketball teams, but they blew up overseas. Now we're bringing in European guys that are, you know, considered some of the best in the NBA right now. So think about this: if those guys start to fall in love with football like they done basketball, just imagine some of those big old European guys from some of those Viking countries. I guess that's what I call them, the Viking countries, that are cock diesel strong naturally. They put on these D lines and these O lines. Man, you're looking at war, man. Like I said, I'm just talking about, man, just off the top, man, distractions. Let's talk about our GM. This man came in with a salary cap hell. He's brought it to relevant now. We spent wisely. He bought cheap, but he brought in talent to sustain over the last couple of years. Now he's bringing in talent that can take you over the top. The addition of Calais Campbell, David Ayamada, Caden Ellis, Bud Dupree. Just imagine, man, this defense have went from the bottom to my personal thinking, just in those couple moves in that front seven, to probably within the top 10 for sure. But it's all predicated on those guys doing their job. You know, everything's based on those guys doing their job. But one of the main things where we got to worry about, if we can stay healthy through this season, their ceiling is very high. Like I said, these are my opinions. On paper, which I'm not looking at, but on paper, we're a pretty good team. No matter what they're saying in the media, they know this. They know this. But people say things like Black Bear said when they're scared. That's right. They're scared. But you notice all the focus is on the offensive side, where they don't believe in our quarterback. This media or whoever out there had this narrative that our quarterback isn't good enough. How? I'm still trying to figure that out. All this guy have done was win. Is that the name of this game? The name of this game is about winning. 6 losses in college. Or he's 2-2 coming in, last 4 games of the season. He's improved every game. From game 1 to game 4, you saw mass improvement. They see it. You see it. Everybody see it. But they want to make the Falcons fans or whoever else believe that, you know, that was beginner. I don't know what you want to call it. That it was some kind of mirage. Well, mirages holds a lot of things, but film don't lie. I always told my players when I was, doing my coaching, film don't lie. It's on film. So it's crazy, man. Also, man, I forgot to say hi to my dog. Big Ant, what's up, man? Raymond Collins, man, welcome in there, man. Like I said, this is just a pop up show, man. I'm gonna, put it out there. Everybody be able to see it now. I just had to do something because I had some things on my mind. I'm at home because wife ain't a little down today. So other than that, man, I'm all good. But yeah, man, I just wanted to speak on some things, man. We're talking about quarterback. GM is not a top GM, they saying, but how many GMs can get you out of salary cap hell? How many GMs would have, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Changed this whole dynamic of this team? Not many, you know. But if you want to change the culture, there's going to be casualties. You know, hate to see Matt Ryan go, but he was part of that. That that old culture. That one game came never was blame on Matt. I would never blame Matt Ryan for anything. He had some bad moments sometimes, but that's here or there. But culture change sometimes has to happen to make things better. You know, but it's something about Atlanta, man. People in Atlanta changing culture is like voodoo or taboo, I guess one word, because they don't want to change sometimes. You know, like they also you got that Vic era that people go crazy for, still going crazy for. You know, you got the Matt Ryan era, people went crazy for, but still disrespected the man, which is a strange thing to me. But you know, yeah, Big Ant. Big Ant said they flipped the, Terry flipped the whole roster within 2 seasons. Yeah, but look how it looks now though. It's it's it has massively improved. We don't have what they call, I think the Ant call them choir boys. We don't have that. We got some dogs, man. We got some guys that gonna bite your ass if you get in their way. We don't have those. We don't. We're not bringing in those popular guys. We bring in guys like, okay, who can play. That's what football is about. Who can play. If your scouting department is good, they're gonna find that talent. And I think we have a pretty good one, man. I think we have a pretty good scouting department. So he's a no more ankle biters. Yeah, man. And that's another thing. this team, like I said, is destined for great things, man. And I don't say that lightly. I feel so much confidence in this team. I made a prediction. I said 13-4, 14-3 is the ceiling. You know, but the floor, the bottom of that, I don't see us losing no more than 5 games if that was to happen. 5 games is my only I can see that we lose, especially this year. Our head coach is the truth. I ain't gonna keep beating that horse. This man don't have to be here, people. He's here because he loves what he's doing. When you love what you're doing, you're gonna make sure you succeed. If you love you, if you love what you're doing, you're gonna make sure you do everything you can do to succeed. And don't know his family like that, but I think his dad. This is just me personally. I don't know. Probably didn't want him to become a coach. Probably want him to go into the family business. You know, but he probably support him. But I probably think he probably want to go into family business. So, but Coach Smith is like, no, this is what I want to do. And probably got his dad blessing. So him knowing that he had the opportunity to become, whatever, this football thing, he knows for him to be satisfied, he must be successful. Although, last couple of years, 7-7, yeah, 7-7, man. With a roster that looks like, you know, you on a farm somewhere walking in manure. That's what the roster looked like the last couple of years. Yeah, we had veterans on the team, but they weren't good veterans. Most of those guys who they got rid of, I'm gonna call them paycheck guys. They was here for paychecks. That's just putting it lightly. They was here for paychecks. Now those paychecks are gone. The guys that are coming in here today want to be here. They're taking less money to play on this team because they see the potential of what this team can be. The media see the potential of what this team can be. You know, but everybody are followers. Everybody's following what the media says. They're not always right. I'm not always right. But my loyalty to this team, I want to always be right about it. And that's another thing, the loyalty. Mm. Like Chris Brown said, the loyalty, you know. But man, there's just so much to talk about this thing, man. Okay, we're at a point of the season that everybody's learning right now. It's a learning thing right now. OTAs, it's a learning process. Like I said, everybody look good and I ain't say everybody, but a lot of people look good in shorts and helmets. But the real test comes when training camp kicks in. When they actually start touching each other, you know what I'm saying? That didn't sound right, but when everybody can start roughing up each other. So So these tools ain't loyal. Yeah, yeah, that too. But hey, man, we just got to be patient. Patience is the key. All right, where I think we can go, man. He said, "Pause, coach." Okay, I got you. But anyway, I think we can get the NFC South Championship. I think that should be the goal, is to win the NFC South. I think that's very obtainable looking at the other three teams in our division. Yeah, my screen is acting crazy today. I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Looking at the Panthers, I think the starting quarterback is going to be, what's his name? Andy Dalton. Does Andy Dalton put the fear in anybody's heart? I don't think so. I don't think Andy Dalton put fear in anyone's heart. And just saying that, I think we have the upper hand on Carolina. I think there's a chance we can slip that game because they're depending on Andy Dalton to hold over, I guess, until Bryce Young is up to speed. I think Bryce Young's going to struggle. I actually think he's going to struggle. His size going to, I think his size going to come into question when the season starts. Yeah, he can throw the ball. He can definitely throw the ball. So, but I think this is gonna be a problem. Then you go down to um, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to be led by Baker Mayfield. This man was on three teams last year. Three different teams last year. That's crazy. And he played in every place he went last year. Played in Cleveland. He actually played games in Carolina. He played games in LA. He's in LA. Why didn't he stick? Was it money reason he left LA? I'm not sure. But does Baker Mayfield scare anybody? I don't see that. I don't see Baker Mayfield frightening anyone. So that's just my thought. What's up? What's up? Another PR. Welcome in, man. Like I said, this is just a pop up show, man. I'm not going into full details. I know not a lot of people. I didn't go on the other channel. I did something on my just out of the ordinary, out of the blue today. I just want to see how many people actually follows on this channel. I got people in there what's coming. I'm trying to see how many people follow. I'm just trying to fill it out because a lot of people go to the AFN side and check me out from there. I'm just trying to see what I got in the house, but that's all good. Like I said, I do this because I love doing this. And if I get the thousand, I'm cool. If I don't, I don't care. I'm fine with my life. So, but yeah, man, just go back to these quarterbacks in this division. You got, like I said, you got Andy Dalton, Bryce Young, Carolina. You got Baker Mayfield, and I guess Kyle Crash, whatever his name is, Tampa Bay. Then you go over to the New Orleans Saints. You have Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, and the new quarterback that looks, I don't know what the hell he does. He's doing something on his poses, but it didn't look manly. Just saying. But it's okay. He's human. That's all that matters. He's a human. But does Derek Carr scare you? I don't see it. Right now, in what's called, you don't have Sean Payton. And it's obvious they don't have Sean Payton. Then you got Dennis Allen. I did a little research on him. He has 15 wins in 4 seasons as a head coach. Well, three seasons, 3 seasons and 8 games, I think what it was. 15 wins. Last year was the most win he had in a season. Other time he was 0-4 the year he got fired. Actually, oh yeah, 0-4 I think what it was. And he went 4-12 or whatever the hell it was before that. Did 4-12. So he's only won 15 games in that time frame. Our head coach been in Atlanta for 2 years. Boy, and there's no winning season. He has 14 wins already. 14 wins. And I can remember one guy specifically from the Saints podcast that said that Dennis Allen was being held back by Sean Payton. But that's what he said. I don't care anymore, brother. He's a young. I'm concerned about his future health. Yeah. Baker. Talk about Baker. But yeah, man, it's just one of these things, man. Everything's so crazy these days. These what's going. Like I said, that's why I say the NFC South should be our goal. These guys are not going to say that, but I think they feel that. It's probably an in-house feeling that they have that they won't let the media dictate anything. Big ass said they lead. Yeah, I think he had like 16. I think last year. I think I'm not exactly sure who led it, but yeah, he had a lot. And he didn't play, but what? I think he missed like the last 4 games or something like that last year. So yeah, that's an interception a game for sure. So, but then you look at our quarterback, Desmond Ritter. Desmond has everything around him to succeed. He has a top 3 running game, and it probably can get to number 1 this year. He has a productive, a what was the word? He has a good wide receiver crew. Everybody's counting out. We don't have a number 2. I think Pitts could be your number 2. He's just not considered a wide receiver. He's a tight end. I think John Smith can be your number 2, 3. He just don't have the label as a wide receiver. So he's okay. And then with that being said, I still, as of right now, anything can change. I'm gonna say he's the best quarterback in the NFC South. I'm gonna get a lot of feedback like this. I don't care. But if you look at the overall picture, he's the best quarterback in this division. I know Derek Carr has the most experience, So does well actually Danny Dalton got the most experience. Derek Carr's had good seasons. Yes, he has. But he had arguably the best wide receiver in football on this team last year. And can do and had one of the best run games, one of the best running backs of this team. Can't do anything last year. But quit on the team and ask for a trade. So he decided to run back to Dennis Allen, the head coach that actually drafted him, I guess you can say. Yeah, Dennis Allen was the head coach when he was drafted. Yes, he was. And you had to take his talent to New Orleans, where he has a running back whose future is in the lingo right now. Don't know what's going to go on with him. You have a wide receiver who can't stay healthy. He can lift a lot of weights, but he can't stay healthy. Don't understand. So why can't Desmond be number one in this NFC South? I think he is. I'm sure other people think he is also, but you're gonna have your sayer saying that he's not so and so, and we should have got a quarterback here, should have got a quarterback there, but he still have to prove himself. These are my own personal observations of this whole NFC South, based on his character, based on what's around him, based on how his teammates reacts to him. And everything they're saying, it's genuine. It's not like, team talk. These guys are genuine about what they say about Desmond. When your coach eyes light up when you speak of him, something special there. You know, I heard an interview. I think it was on 929. Michael Turner was talking about. He said he loves what Coach Smith is doing there. He gave the draft pick a plus. He said Bejan is nothing like him. He said Bejan is. I ain't gonna say he's saying he's better, but he said he's special. Bejan, whatever his name is. But when you have a special running back, you know, like I said, this kid can be used. And like I said, they're not using everybody like they think they're using everybody. I think Drake said yesterday. He said they are a positionless team. He said you're going to have to find out where they're lined up at. They're not going to be lined up where you think they should be lined up at. So what I'm hearing here, you may have your wide receivers flexed out. Because we know Janu gonna be in the backfield, so that's obvious. But you may see your wide receiver flexed out, and your running backs. I mean, your wide receivers tight. You may even see one of your wide receivers in the backfield. So yeah, so I think Coach Smith gonna do some stuff, man. It's gonna be impressive. That's why I say this team here is gonna be exciting to watch. A lot of people say we're gonna run the ball. We're gonna run the ball. We know that we're gonna run the ball. But play action is gonna kill teams. And Desmond is one of those quarterbacks that he doesn't get rattled. You've seen that from last year. He doesn't get rattled. First game, Coach Smith had him just launching. And I think that was a what's the word I'm looking for? A strategy that they done. Think about this. That's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna put your arms. We're gonna put your arm to work. We're gonna let you loosen your arms up. What's that, Rue? Yeah, like I said, you open up the guy. You loosen up this kid. You know, just throw the ball. You know, you connect. You connect. You don't. We're gonna work with it. Like I said, that was his first. That was his worst pass game. He was 50% of that game. He was 13 for 26, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't throw a lot of yards either, but we ran the ball pretty good against the Saints. Still could have won that game. However, second game, more balanced. Run the ball, run the ball. Although we did lose the game, we lost that game, but played much better. Much, much better. But yeah, man, we got a lot going on right now. But that ceiling, man, NFC South should be the goal. That's my goal to win that right there. But the ultimate ceiling that I think this team can reach is the NFC Conference Championship game. Now, hear me out on this right here. This is going to be a little a it's a little different take on everything. I want everybody to think about the NFC teams. I'm going to go through all of them, and I want to see what are we afraid of. I'm going to go with the NFC North. NFC North teams, right? You got Chicago, Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota. Who's the toughest team in that division? You're gonna say probably the Vikings and the Lions. I'm not afraid of Kirk Cousins. They got Jefferson, yes, but I'm not afraid of neither one of those teams. I'm not definitely afraid of Chicago. And Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers is gonna be a totally different team. I think. Detroit's upcoming team. I like Detroit. Their upcoming team. They're gonna do pretty good. All right. So right now you got Detroit, the worst team. I ain't gonna say the worst team, but the team that I think about and worry about the most there. So you got Detroit. So then we go to the NFC East. You got Dallas. You have New York, Philly, and Washington. Dallas is Dallas. You can get the Dak, you can win that game. They have a good defense, but if you can beat their zone, you can beat Dallas. Just got to hold up on what's going, and that's been shown that it can be done. New York had a good year last year. New York won some games on some. They played good defense last year. Offense is still kind of struggling, but they play good defense. Then you got Philly. You start that. You control their RPO. You beat Philly. Simple as that. Last year in the Super Bowl, Chief gave you the recipe how you stop the RPO. So now, if you stop that, you win the game. Washington, upcoming team, but don't fear them. So now you got two teams. You got Detroit, possible Giants, and you got Philly. All those teams can be beat. So that's three teams right there. Then the NFC South, I'm not worried about nobody from the NFC South. I'm going on record, not worried about nobody. Panthers may give us a battle, but that's the only team I worry about. So you go out to the West. You have the Cardinals, LA, San Fran Seahawks. We beat all those teams last year except LA, and that was on a fluke that they won that game. Think about it. We beat that division last year with a roster that is not as good as we had this year. If we had the roster this year and we played LA, we beat LA. Simple. There's no doubt in my mind we beat LA. Seahawks, it'll be a tough battle this year, but I still think we can beat Seattle, especially with the roster this year. The roster we have this year, we can sweep the NFC West. We can beat them in that West. So, who are we afraid of? What's up, Jonathan Bell? Welcome in. Yeah, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you guys. Everybody here, man. I appreciate everybody hopping in here, man. Like I said, this is a jump in, what's going. And also, stay tuned tonight, man, for the Rex pick. I'll be on there tonight. Probably Big Ant be on there. Whoever else is in there. Blackberry for sure. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm doing this just, hey, just to talk about some stuff, man. Just keep everybody's head open, keep everybody's eyes open, and just talking my truth, my feeling, what I feel right now. But yeah, talking about those teams, why can't it be us? Why can't the Falcons be NFC conference, get to the NFC conference game, and possibly win it? The only thing that will get in our way is ourselves or somebody, going down that is very important. But with the depth they're building right now, I feel we can have a stop and play type person who can come in and start back over where that person you know, who went down comes back in. So why not? Why can't we be in the NFC championship game? Good point there. Detroit is the closest thing to our scheme. Throw defense and balance offense, and we have a bit more talent. Exactly. That's why I say I put Detroit in that same category. But do we fear anybody else in the NFC? Is there anybody in the NFC that we cannot beat? Exactly, Big Ant. Is there anybody else in this NFC that we cannot beat? That we should be afraid of? We can only beat ourselves. That's my take on this. They said, where are we now? We're there. We've arrived. And where can we go? We can go a long way, man. But it's all about that believing. And I think Coach Smith have these guys believing. It ain't that same believing that Dan Quinn had when he went to the Super Bowl. It ain't that. When you have players of a Calais Campbell, a Jesse Bates, who are at one of those point of their time, like Jesse's on the top of his game. Right? Jesse's he's the best safety in free agent ever last year by far. When he chose Atlanta over teams where probably could got more money and so on and so on, they try to throw it on the rug. That, oh man, he got overpaid. Yeah, right. Be for real. When you have that right there, Something special is brewing. I said blooming, but it's brewing. Believe it. So I can say believe it. And when you have a future Hall of Famer and Aaron Rodgers asking for a player to come play with him, something special about that too. He researched. He like he said he did his research of all the teams that recruited him, and he thought Atlanta had the best thing going for his liking. He's not going nowhere just to be, just to get paid. He's going somewhere to try to win. When a man of his caliber, you know, he's older, yeah. I don't that. So is Dwight Freeney. You know, this man could have went anywhere else, but he chose our city. Fans need to start believing in that, man. This team, Coach Smith, Terry Fontenot, Arthur Blanks, whoever else is in charge of this thing, got something brewing in Atlanta. So you can sip on it or you can let it cool down. But you better start drinking it real fast. But man, like I said, I have that confident feeling right now that I have never had in this team. Never had in this team. People may want to bet. I was like, yep, let's do it. I don't usually bet on the Falcons like that. Not with outside strangers. Well, people I know, but they just, oh no, man, no, no. I was like, why? I said, I feel that confident this year. And they doing it because they know I usually don't bet. When I say yeah, it stuns them. It stuns them. People always try to get back. I said, no, man, I'm good. And so he got this picture of Kool-Aid. Uh, they better start drinking it. I'm telling you. Get on that Falcon cult. Not just the AFN cult. Get on that Falcon cult. You better buy in. That's what they better do. This team is on. They ain't ready to say Super Bowl. Like Desmond said, he's gonna bring one to the city. Like I said, this ain't coach talk. another another PR piece of his Kool-Aid has gin in it. Boy, that's some strong stuff right there. Sugar, you already know that gin is made with sugar. That's oh man. But yeah, man. And this team is, mixed with good veterans. Sprinkled in with some second year guys that are actually that has leadership. Think about it, they have leadership too because Atlanta has drafted. I noticed one thing, one of their signatures that they do with people they bring in here. Anybody in this chat, I think many of y'all, what's one of the signature things when they draft or they bring a free agent in here? What did that free agent must have besides character? If you don't know, I'm gonna tell you anyway. If you notice, most of the guys that they brought in here, especially free agent, the undrafted free agent, they was mostly all captains of their teams. They was in some type of leadership role of their team, so they can self manage themselves and their teams. You know, all the guys they brought in the last couple of years were either the captain of their team in some capacity. I feel you, another PFR. I've been a Falcons fan for years and thick and thin and never been. Yeah, exactly. If you are a true loyal fan, you can feel this excitement. You can feel that level of intense excitement for this team. If you don't, I don't think you are a you. Are, you can be a fan, but I don't think you're that true, down to the dirt type fan. If you don't feel that, you know what I'm saying. You don't feel that adrenaline rush. You know, every time I see what's going on a highlight on it, it's like, man, they look ready. You feel that. So don't know what it is, but excitement, I'm down with it. I'm down with that excitement, man. And with that excitement, man, comes success. I feel that success coming on. I don't care what Vegas is. In Vegas, and people don't realize how smart Vegas is right now. Yes, if you hear Calais talk, man, like I said, he comes in here with experience of winning. He's been on some winning teams, and if you heard everybody say about his what name Troy Anderson, man, he said he's the largest human he ever seen in his life. And Troy's not a little man. Troy is 6'5", 6'4", 6'5". He's not a little dude himself. When he say that Calais is big, he must be big. You know, that's saying a lot. And like I said, not even talk about the old lineman kid we just brought in, Bergeron. This kid is a big kid too. And he does, it's not that he has that. I'm gonna say what he has. He has that SEC lineman body that plays like you could tell he was a tackle because he has those long arms. He has that body type. He's not that uh, over heavy tackle type person. He's one of those guys that they say he's an athlete. Man, they say the kid can move. So it's safe to say that he's going to be probably the starting guard. And I heard something else that Coach Smith said something. He mentioned the other kid that we drafted in the 7th round. What's that lineman name? Gwen. And as I moved the depth chart around, they got Gwen in that second spot for center right now. So they've actually manufactured his position to center, second center. And like I said, this is all pre early OTAs uh, depth charts. But yes, sir. Yeah, Dean P started it, man. He's making these guys. These guys are solid, man. But yeah, man. Like I say, you got to think about it. Your head coach was an offensive lineman. So he's going to take a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Interest in his O line. He's going to make sure you got solid O linemen in front of his quarterback. And like he said, the only thing that what's going he needs to get down with, he said the talent's there. He said just the signal calling and understanding the playbooks and so on. He said they know how to do it. They know the scheme. They can work the scheme, but it's more of knowing the terminology of what's being called when it comes down to certain blocks and so on and so on and so on. He said they know how to do it, but it's more of knowing what is being said. You know, and listen to the press conference from Desmond when he spoke a little bit yesterday. He said this training camp is flowing well for him. You know, he says it's much easier than last year, which I'm sure it is because he knows what to expect. But he also mentioned that um, Bijan made a mistake yesterday. He went over there and he told him, you know, move on to the next play. He said, but just finish. He said, you make a mistake, finish strong. Don't show your emotion of making a mistake. You know, that's what leaders do. Leaders correct you in a different way, tell you get it next time, move on, but finish what you start. You may went the wrong way, but carry out something. You know, do it the same speed you do it if you were doing it correctly. You know, but man, excitement for this team is very, very strong. Like I said, I know my AFN family feels the same way. They're excited about this season coming up, man. Man, O line is going to be solid. D line is going to be solid. I can't wait to see some of these battles in training camp. There's going to be some fights, man. I can feel it. I can feel it. Ain't gonna be no stage fights. These guys gonna be going at it hard. But just hope nobody don't get hurt doing that. You know. But good old competition, man. You can't go wrong. Your team is always how does that iron sharpen iron? Man, steel sharpen steel. These guys work, man. They gonna be working hard this year. But running the ball is gonna be much improved, I think. I think the passing game will be much improved. You don't have a quarterback that's not afraid to throw the ball. I seen a play of Desmond last year when he got out the pocket, he rolled and he rolled and he rolled back, kept his eyes downfield, found his tight end. I think this game against the Georgia game, I think I seen. Found the tight end in the end zone, touchdown. Got a tight end, moved around to get open for him. I'm looking forward to something like that. But he said, I think Aaron Rod hurt his ankle a little bit in their OTAs. He got some old ankles. I'm sure, yeah, he probably did, man. What's up, J Bell? Welcome in, man. Glad you're in here. But yeah, man. So yeah, I just like I said, I got on here, man. I just had to get some things off my mind. I was just thinking about some certain things today. But I got a quick question before I get out of here, man. You got a question? I'm here to answer. Any questions? All questions are good questions. But yeah, man. I just want to talk on the things like I said, where we at now. Did a little talk about that and where we can go. Like I said, I ain't saying the Super Bowl, but we can get there. We just got to play, man. So okay. But anyway, man, one of the guys also, man, you guys hit that go to Atlanta Falcons Nation.com and go support and subscribe, man. Also go to AFN on YouTube, GSN on YouTube, Mrs. Maggie channel, campaign. I'm a Champagne Confession, man. Mike, you can also guys donate to uh, the cause of the Red and Black Party. Also, we love the super chats and everything like that. But you guys go donate, man. This, like I said, this party is for you guys, man. This party for. Oh, he said another PR. He said, Rashad Evan, what is the deal? Uh, I really don't know about them. Could he be asking for too much money? I don't know. He had a good year last year. It could be a money thing. But then again, Rashad could be dealing with something. Rashad could, just be that guy waiting on that June 1st cut for money. More money can be, put out there. It could be that if he's come back to Atlanta because he hasn't been signed yet by nobody. And like I said early, before the draft, they was talking about they was working on the deal. But right now, I don't think there's a lot of money available right now. But yeah, man, it's gonna yeah. Would I mind having him back? I wouldn't mind having him back. No, I would not. I'd love to have Rashad Evans back. But right now, man, this is the depth chart. I'm gonna give you guys the depth chart of that linebacker position right now. This is what they have going right now for the inside guys. You got Caden Ellis and Troy Anderson as your 1 and 2. Behind Caden Ellis, you got Nate Landman, who they drafted last year. Think about it, they did draft Nate Landman. He was a good little linebacker in college. Then behind Troy, you got Michael Walker, who is the guy with the thing in his head. Then behind Nate Landman at the weak side, you got Dorian Eldridge, who can probably play middle behind those guys too. If he didn't get hurt, he made the team last year. I don't think Willikowski would have made the team last year with that. Then behind Michael Walker at that 3 guy, you got Tay Davis, the guy they just brought over from Cleveland, linebacker. Then they brought in an undrafted guy, Mike Jones from LSU, and you brought in Andre Smith, the guy who played at Tennessee in Buffalo, who can make this team. I think. Like I say, I think we're gonna keep 5 inside linebackers, maybe 6, give or take, depending on how many everybody else. But I think we're gonna keep 7 to 8. I would say 7 DTs. Well, interior league linemen. And you're gonna start with Calais, Armada, and Grady for sure. Those 3. Then I'm looking at Eddie Goldman, Taquan Graham. They got Jalen Dalton there too, but you got that Joe Gazzarano, whatever his name, and you got Timmy Horn. I think Timmy Horn makes this team. I just hope Eddie Goldman's back at good strength or whatever. So, but yeah, man, that's what I got there. Okay. Is there a vet out there in free agency that could come that you would mind the Falcons taking a look at? Man, it's whoever they bring in here. I don't have any special people out there, man. We don't brought a lot of bodies in here. Like I said, after this OTA, somebody gonna get cut again, and they're gonna bring somebody in to fill that 90-man roster right now. So Atlanta has, in the last couple of years, they've been picking and dropping up people every week almost. So I'm sure somebody else will be gone after this OTA is over this week too. So and they'll bring somebody in for a look. Like Coach Smith said, he said we bring everybody here to try out. He said everybody gonna make this team. There's 90 people on here. There's 90 strong bodies on this roster right now. Only 53 come to the main roster. 16 goes everywhere. 16 go to the practice squad. And, you know, you put people in the injured reserve, and you still can fill your 53-man roster out. So there's you can have up to 16 on injured reserve, 16 on the practice squad. So that's 32 extra bodies right there. 32 extra bodies you can dingle dack with. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware of that right there. So yeah. All right. He said, Greg McCall said, you think they feel Anderson has shown promise to take over the middle? Oh yes, most definitely. He did it. He did a little bit last year during some spells when Evans went out. It was him and what's called on the field at one time. So Troy was calling the plays. And I'm sure Troy can all the plays. He played damn quarterback, so I don't think that's gonna be the hard part. But if he's protected inside, he's gonna make a lot of tackles. If our D tackles do their jobs, I mean, and that linebacker that's supposed to go, because I'm almost sure there's gonna be a 5-man pressure no matter what, almost every play. I can almost, unless we just got some studs that have just found that gear and get that 4-man pressure. What's doing stunts can do that. If that happens, man, looking at a lot of turnovers. But anyway, man, what you guys also, I got another commercial thing to do right here. Don't forget, man, also can help us out, man, by going to manscaped.com. You're getting 20% off on any of the products you buy, free shipping. Like I say, hit that code AFN, man, and that works, man. Like I say, every little bit helps, man, with this party, man. Like I say, get in touch with Miss Maggie Productions, man, and see how you can donate. Cause I love to see everybody who's listening to this show today, man, to come out and support us, man, on that night, July 22nd. And like I said, you can get all the details on the time and where it's at. I think they're gonna go out. There's gonna be a video coming out pretty soon about this party, man. You guys stay tuned. All right, but next month you're gonna see a lot of stuff about this party, and you got this other people are trying to copy. I'm gonna say what it is. They're trying to copy what we do over here. But there's only one party. There's only one black and red, and it's put on by AFN. Other ones just those are duplicates. Duplicates. You know, duplicates on the last so long. That means they're a copy. Shit. Most places don't take copies. Most most places want originals. So you can be that copy all you want. That's okay. Everybody be happy sometime. But anyway, man, it's been a Coach Unchained uh, pop up show. I'll be doing these every blue moon when I get a little chance. It's only gonna be on Coach Unchained channel. I'm not gonna be on AFN or GSN. So stay tuned with that. I think I just froze. I don't know why I froze, but I froze. Yep, I think I just froze. It's 12:12 right now. So, man, appreciate all y'all in here. I do indeed. And also, stay tuned. One more thing. Stay tuned for, again, for the Rex picks today. I think it's 3:30. I'll be on. Probably Big Ant, Blackberry, and whoever else popped in there, man. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but I'll be there. But yeah, man. Like I said, you guys are why I do it, man. Somebody listen is my treasure. You know what I'm saying? You guys only, I only do it because you guys allow me to do this. So like that. But anyway, we gonna call it a day, man. I got a little something off my chest. Wasn't no rant, but hey, just had to. You start thinking about things, man. I put it out there. I do my um, thinking out loud. This here is like something that was just sitting there. It's like nobody's talking about where this team can go. I felt like I needed to say it, and I've done it. So you guys, man, you guys get this video, share it out to your friends, man. Put it on your YouTube or put it on your Facebook, and let people know I'm here, man. Get those subscribe buttons up, man. Like I said, when I come down to Atlanta, you guys there, I'm gonna have the Coach Unchained belt there too, man. I may have a couple things I want to give away too, so we'll see. So let's keep it. Everybody stay safe, man. Have a rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys on the next time. All right, peace.